Hello Internet, and welcome back to Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke Edition. Long story short, this is going to be redubbed over because, like an idiot, I forgot to actually plug in the mic, so the original audio is no longer available. But at least I've got the original recording footage so we can redub the audio. To a point. Okay, so let's see. It looks like it's starting us... we're at... Where am I? This is... the Route 10, next to the rock tunnel. And now it looks like I'm going through... Oh, this is going to be amazing commentary. I'm trying to determine which ones I want to take with me for the next set, because it's going to be a long journey regardless. I got an idea. Let's jump ahead just a little bit. Oops. Okay. So now we've come up to the first trainer, right before Rock Tunnel. And she wants to start things off by sending out her Pikachu. So I sent out Senkaku, and it turned out to be a fairly simple battle, because all I did was dig. And I took care of the Pikachu. By the way, yeah, that recorded footage has my face cam attached to it as usual, so you can ignore that face cam. It's not going to be in time with what I'm saying right now. Then she's going to send out her Clefairy. Am I going to change? Nah. I can just scratch the stupid thing. Oh no, I dug a hole. Never mind. And that took care of her. And then, looks like... I think... Yeah, I went back and healed. Because I wanted to make sure that I was at full strength when I actually went inside. And there we go. Now we're going to go back into Rock Tunnel. And as I think I previously stated, I'm not going to bother with Flash because the trick to getting through here, for the most part, as you'll find out, is just hugging the borders. And the first thing I found was a Machop. I wasn't completely happy about it, but at the same time I was like, oh, to heck with it, might as well grab it. No point in ignoring it and canceling the route. The trick was going to be how to hit it without killing it. And you can see I'm debating what to do because Senkaku obviously will murder the thing. So I'm going back and forth as to what to do here. Let's see, looks like I decided to go with Sylvia. And then I was surprised when Karate Chop nearly killed her. Or no, apparently it didn't do that much damage. Right, because Psychic resists fighting, duh. I decided to use Seismic Toss to test out and see how strong it was. And that actually gave me enough confidence to try and catch it as is. Because I knew another Seismic Toss would kill it, and I didn't want to do that. So I went down to my Pokeballs, hooked one at it, and I caught it. Hey, hey! I was trying to come up with a name for it for quite some time, but I think I cut most of that out. I was reading the little descriptor here. And I was actually amused that it says it trains in all styles of martial arts. Which, ironically, was what gave me the idea for the name for it, I think. Because I end up calling it, I'm trying to remember, what did I call it? I was gonna call it Chopper, but I thought, yeah, that's not exactly the most creative thing. Yeah, that's when I decided to give it a name. I was going back and forth with explanations. I think I finally ended up just calling it something along the lines of... I honestly can't remember. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now I gave it a name. Oh yeah, Marcule. I called it that as a joke because I didn't want to call it Hercule for obvious reasons. But I remembered they called it Mark as a joke in certain things. And so I said, okay, I'll just borrow that then. And then I decided to go back out and heal, I think. Okay. This is... Oh yeah, I decided to actually bring him out into the world. The trick was deciding who to get rid of. And as I can see here, I did with Blackie. I put Blackie in the box and took Marcule out. Or did I? It's sad that I can't remember exactly what I did. There we go. Yeah, okay, I decided to stick around with Blackie, because I wanted to train them up. And then... What? Did the footage freeze? There we go. And now we go back in. And the random encounter rates, good lord. I was so glad that I didn't catch a Zubat, because it was one of those where it was like, yeah, that's the most common thing in most caves, so that's a thing. I was deciding what to do with it and how best to kill it. I think I finally, yeah, I settled on Blackie because I wanted to see what it did. And let's see, did I scratch it or bite it? Oh yeah, I commented on how I thought that Max Sprite looked stupid with the little headband looking thing. And then yeah, bite the bat. I was actually surprised how well that did, because I wasn't expecting it to do as well as it did. But 2 bites took him down. And then I came across the scientist, because in the dark you can't see who to avoid or where they are even. And he started things off by sending out his Cubone. And I said, yeah, I don't want Senkaku against that, so I decided to send Flower out. Because grass type. And as you can see here, it took him down in 1 hit, as pretty much would have been expected. And then Slowpoke. I was not thinking there because I'd forgotten about the fact that it being grass poison is vulnerable to Psychic. Thankfully, I was smart enough to get Flower out of there. And decided to do Psychic versus Psychic, I think. Yeah. Because I figured Sylvia's special stat is strong enough that she can handle it. But then at the same time, she's also a glass cannon. So you gotta be real careful. Fortunately, she's strong enough. I was gambling that they wouldn't crit. But at the same time, I realized, yeah, I gotta get her out of there. So I put Wings in to finish things off, and I was surprised that it disabled Gust. I was like, I got this anyway. Thank God Headbutt did not take out Wings. And that took care of him. I was disappointed at this point because I was hoping I could catch an Onyx, but oh well, the Maw-line will come in handy at some point. The trick is going to be leveling it up, because it's behind, so I would have to grind it off screen at some point. And just for the record, this one and the 5 videos that follow it are all like this because, like an idiot, I forgot to plug the mic in originally. So it's going to have this redubbed commentary with free YouTube music. So I apologize if it's not the wittiest thing I've ever done. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I figured that was better than just leaving up a blank file with no audio. And that took care of that Pokemaniac. And another Zubat. I think at this point I was debating whether or not I wanted to use repels to get around. I figured I could scratch the heck out of this thing in one shot because of my level difference, which I did. And then follow the borders. At one point, I don't remember exactly where it was, but at one point I get lost because I somehow managed to circle around. And she sends out an Oddish, and I knew I didn't want Senkaku against that. So I decided to rather quickly get him out of there and go straight to Sylvia, who's hurt. Yeah, I could use Grass Roots because it'll handle whatever it can throw at it, and I'll use that to heal up Sylvia. And there you go. And with Grass Roots asleep, I was able to switch over. Oh, never mind. I decided to keep him in, I guess. That's interesting. Trying to figure out my own logic there. Oh, yeah, it was more along the lines of I wanted to wake him up before I switched out, because there's no point in keeping him asleep when he doesn't have to be. I was surprised at how long it took him to wake up, because it was... I know Gen 1 is notorious for having long sleep times, sometimes. Which in this case, it looks like it lasted the duration. And then, yeah, that's when I decided to switch over to Sylvia, because I knew Sylvia could one-shot this thing. Only to get put to sleep. I was like, are you serious here? What's going on? I was beginning to realize that Absorb and Status Effects was the only thing it knew. That's when I was like, yep, enough of this. Why did I... Yeah, and I realized that I hit teleport by accident, and I was like, seriously? Which allowed her to paralyze me. I could have avoided that, but oh well. Heyo! Level 34 for Senkaku. Then she's gonna send out a Bulbasaur, which Sylvia can deal with easily. All I had to do was use Confusion. She tried to seed me, which I thought was hilarious, because I'm like, what good is that gonna do you? And there she goes. And we're back to hugging the borders. Whoops, there goes another trainer. He's asking about cosplayers, which I thought was amusing. He sends out a Charmander, and I thought, well, Senkaku's got this. All he has to do is dig. I was amused that he used Rage. I was like, what's the point of that move? I know in Gen 1 it actually serves a purpose, but eh. And then he said Cubone, so I'm like, yep, I'm getting out of here. And we're back to the Vine Whip strat. And that took care of the Cubone. I was surprised that it took 2 hits, but then again, there's only a 2-level difference. I was amused that he said the exact same thing I would have. It was just like, well, that was slightly redundant. And another Onyx. At the time, like I said, I was considering just using repels, but then I thought, well, XP's XP. Which is amusing because I eventually break that concept later and start popping repels. Because I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I want out of here. And there goes that bat. Ironically, there are several times throughout this one where level differences come to play in my tactics, because there are times where level differences is the only reason I bother using certain Pokemon. Geodude. And then Senkaku, he's gonna dig real quick. But then I was surprised when he decided to just blow himself up. I was like, well, that's pointless, but whatever. Well, that was easy. And here we go, back to hugging borders. I think that's what I'm going to call this episode, Hugging Borders. The encounter rate in this cave caught me completely by surprise at the time. It was one of those where it was just like, I was not ready for there to be that many Pokemon in one spot. I remember being surprised by that because I remember Dugtrio and Diglett tend to have frail bodies with little HP. So every time they survive an attack that should normally kill them, I'm like, wait, what? Okay, that's a thing. Other Geodude. Sorry if I'm a little bit sleepy, but I've been at this for quite some time now. And then by this point, yeah, we're coming up to the end of this episode. Yeah, flower versus rock types, or ground types. Way too simple. Case in point, this hiker. What I'm really curious to see is how big of a stat jump Flower will have when he finally reaches his final form. Which has taken surprisingly longer than I expected it to, but then again, all things considered, this is a Nuzlocke, not a casual playthrough where I can just grind to my heart's content. And I think it was around here where I somehow managed to make a big circle and got stuck. But I don't remember offhand. My short-term memory sucks. Yeah, I think this was the point where I was just like, oh, to heck with this, I just want to get out of here. Because I don't usually run from battles if I can avoid it, because like I said, I like the XP. But yeah, at this point I was just like, I'm done. And then I took care of Sylvia, because I was like, this paralysis was getting annoying. And there's the repels. Right on schedule. Or schedule, depending on where you're from. And another hiker. Every trainer that showed up in here, I was slightly unprepared for, because it was just like, oh, well, that's a thing. And again, with the self-destruct while digging, that's really weird that they decided to do that. And another Geodude. The funny part is I didn't even have to bother with anything, because I came out of the dig and smacked him. And then Graveler, so I was just like, I got this. Round 2. It was, I think, at this point that I realized, oh, I only have 3 digs left. You might as well try and conserve them. And at this point, I was checking the clock. And there's a ladder. You have Pokemon! Let's start! Okay. And she sends out her Pidgey. I was like, yeah, Senkaku's probably not the best person for this. But the problem is, who was? Because I don't have an electric type at this point. And it's back and forth between Sylvia with her insane special stat. I think that's what I settled on. Because, yeah, Confusion basically just cut through Pidgey like a knife through butter. And there goes Rattata. So I just basically rinse and repeat here. Because once Sylvia gets on the field, she basically mops the floor with almost anything she comes up against. Because Psychic in this generation relied on special stats, and special stats were not separated yet, so there was a big power difference between Psychic and most other types. And another Bellsprout, so yeah, Confusion. And I think at this point was when I realized, whoa, oh, she's learning Psybeam. Finally a decent move. I said, well, I know what I'll get rid of. The question is, yeah, I think I got rid of Disable because I was like, I rarely use the thing. And at this point was when I realized that the episode was drawing close to its end, and so I decided to cut the episode once I hit this ladder. I think that's when I started backtracking, but I don't remember. Yeah, because at this point I was like, oh shoot. And ironically, this was the point where I was like, oh, well, this is a thing, so might as well just take care of this battle. Or no, that's actually where I ended the episode. Speaking of which, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a blessed day. Xanipator out.